How many times have you heard the phrase, you don't get what you want, you get who you are? Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I just want to have a quick chat on manifesting and the law of assumption. The law of assumption states that what you persistently and internally assume to be true will eventually manifest in your physical reality. Neville Goddard taught that your physical world is merely a mirror of your consciousness. Your internal state creates your external circumstances. Okay, so I might not be an expert on the topic yet, but I'm sharing what I'm learning as I go along, and it's a way for me to document my journey as well. Fun fact, I was led to the law of assumption because of a breakup. And I know there are many people out there that found the law of assumption because of that exact reason. So if that's you, hit the subscribe button so we can be friends. So yeah, I found the law of assumption because I went through a breakup, and I went onto YouTube this one day, and I found, like, I wasn't even searching for it; it just appeared, which is, I guess, how the universe works. So one of the channels that I found was Jay Talks Manifestation, and the specific video I found was where she was speaking on how she manifested her ex back, and of course that piqued my interest because I was going through the breakup. And then I felt inspired because it's like, okay, I can do this. I can actually manifest this person back into my life, which, by the way, I did a few times. But that's not the point. I also found a channel called Taylor Tooks. She shares manifestation techniques, and she also goes into depth about how it is your identity that manifests your reality. Okay. But my favorite channel that I found is The Power of I Am. Go and check out his videos. It is amazing, especially if you want to learn more about how reality works and how the law of assumption works. Then go and watch his content. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video, guys, is because I was sitting in my kitchen the other day and I was like just reflecting on where I'm at right now in my life and in my finances, because I'm not exactly where I want to be in my finances. So I had been working from home for about 6 years, and that job came to an end in February of 2025. Okay. So in that time that I was working from home, I became so comfortable because if you've ever had a work from home job, then perhaps you can relate to this. You work from home, and because you work from home, you realize you don't need to dress up anymore. Okay? It's so easy to just work in your pajamas, like you're not leaving the house, so why bother? But if I look back on my life, like that period of my life, and even last year, I realized that I was operating from a place of lack, and I was being the the person that didn't have enough. Because again, you manifest, or you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So I can acknowledge, because of everything that I now understand, I can see how I was being the person that didn't have enough. And so the universe was like, okay, yes, you don't have enough. So I'm going to give you an example. I used to be someone that would go shopping like every other month or so, right? But it would be regular. I would go and buy myself a new outfit. I would buy myself new shoes and accessories because I was getting dressed up for work. So obviously you want to look good all the time, right? But since I was working from home, I no longer felt the need to do that as much. Then I purchased a home about 3.5 years ago now. Purchased my first home. And so I moved to the countryside, to a beautiful small town in the countryside, which I am so grateful for. But here's the thing, living in a small town, especially in a farming town, people are more relaxed, right? It's more of a slow living. So I became even more comfortable in not dressing up because if you've ever been in a farming town or in the countryside, you will be able to notice the difference in the way people dress, right? So when you live in the city, there's that hustle and bustle, and especially if you have to go to work every day, you're getting dressed up all the time. So now, yeah, I'm in the countryside. I no longer need to really dress up as much. So I stopped going to go buy the things. And so it was like the universe was saying, okay, this girl don't need the money anymore. She's not investing in herself anymore. She's no longer spoiling herself the way she used to. So she doesn't need more. And the universe always gives you exactly what you want. If you keep saying, I don't have enough, the universe says, yes, you don't have enough. And then you experience not having enough. It's the same as I was thinking about it. If you like buying pre-loved items, because like there's amazing um, stores that sell pre-loved items, you know, vintage pieces and whatnot. But I was thinking about that because there's nothing wrong in buying a pre-loved item, but who are you being in that moment when you are shopping at that store or on an online store that sells pre-loved items? Are you being the person who is buying the item because you can't afford to buy it anywhere else, and that is why you are buying something that has been used before? Or are you buying that item because you simply love thrifting? You find joy in it, and you find beauty in being able to give a piece of clothing or accessory or shoe a second life, because it is two different, they are two different identities. So if you like thrifting, what identity is doing that? Is it the person who feels they don't have enough, they can't afford to buy anything else, so they have to go and buy something at a thrift store? Or are you operating from the identity of, I enjoy thrifting because I love seeing the joy this piece of clothing brings. I love the fact that this is such a beautiful item, and it would be it would be a waste to just have that item be thrown away because it can still bring a lot of joy to someone, right? So my point is, who are you being in your life right now? Who are you being? What version of yourself are you embodying right now? Are you embodying the person that never has enough, that things never work out for? Or are you being the person who knows that things always work out for you and that you always get what you want? Even if your current reality isn't showing that to you right now, you know that the universe is arranging and orchestrating everything that needs to happen for your highest good and in your favor. So, yeah, that is just me dropping this because it needed to be said, and hopefully it helps someone. I don't know. But subscribe and come back for the next one because I'm going to share as I learn, as I go along. And yeah, share what you've experienced. Yeah, if you've manifested anything, let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. But I'll see you guys in the next one.